happy, 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 happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy, 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 happy Monday. Happy Monday, y'all. I pray that you all have had a phenomenal day. I pray that you made the most of your day. I pray that your day was very productive. I pray that you spent your day doing things that one you wanted to do, and even if you had to do some things that you just did not feel like doing, I pray that it was necessary for your growth, for your health, for the positivity of your life overall. Hold on a second. Aiden, keep it down, son. Uh-uh. Have to go into mommy mode sometimes. So I pray that you all have had a phenomenal day. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Welcome to Transformational Mondays with Dr. JaNee Mobley. I'm affectionately known as Dr. JaNee, and I help women turn their purpose into a profitable business, all while overcoming mindsets that will prevent profit, progress, and prosperity. So let me tell y'all, I am really, really geeked right now. Not geeked right now, but I'm excited. Can I just say that? I am a native of Miami, Florida, and I currently live in Georgia with my family. And we saw sleet like a couple of years ago where there were like a few flurries and they did not last long. But tomorrow it is going to snow in Southwest Georgia, like really good. And I'm uber excited about it, I must just say. Now, mind you, I pray that those who are homeless seek shelter. I pray that they, stay warm. But I must just say, I'm really excited. How about that? But let's go ahead and get started. Transformational Mondays is all about me providing you with simple strategies and tips so that you can change and renovate your life and your business. One thing that I truly understand is that God has given us power, which is might, strength, and ability to change our lives. But one of the things that I understand is that we have the choice and the option to do so. And one of the things that I want to convey to you is that you have the ability to change any aspect of your life if you make the decision, whether it's your health, whether it's your finances, whether it's your career, your business. So I'm going to give you all simple tips to go ahead and get that done. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Also, this Thursday, I am hosting the Mindset to Movement Masterclass for women who are ready. Who are ready to take their idea and implement it and eliminate every excuse and begin to execute. So if you would like to learn more information and join me, make sure you click the link below and join me and register. So tonight we're going to continue to talk about belief. Last week, and Robert, I don't remember you. Were you here last week? Just answer me whether you were here last week, because I think that will probably be the reason that I remember you. But if I'm supposed to, forgive me. So last week we talked about the truth about belief, and I shared with you all what belief really means. If you haven't watched that live, make sure you go back from last week and catch it. So tonight we're going to talk about the 3 reasons that you must believe. And we're talking about from the perspective of implementing your idea, right? Implementing your idea. Hold on a second. Implementing your idea. Okay, now you just a distraction. Like, y'all really, what? But people are different. That's what I like to say. People are different, okay? So I want to talk to you all the 3 reasons why you must believe in order to take your idea from the shelf of your mind and begin to execute it and implement, right? So here is the thing. Number 1, One thing that I truly understand about any idea that you have, your purpose, you have to understand that it's people who are going to buy from you, right? You got to understand that people are going to be the ones to buy from you. So you have to understand this, that people will buy you first. Usually in sales, especially we live in a day and time now where people must buy you first before they buy anything it is that you're selling. I'm going to say that again, and if you all are taking notes, before people buy anything from you, whether you sell t-shirts, bags, whether you do hair, whether you do nails, people buy you first. And one of the things is this: in order for them to purchase anything that it is that you have, they must believe in you, right? They must believe in you. I'm a native of Miami, Florida. Right? So they must believe in you. Why? Because you're the one who created the solution for their problem. One of the things that I always teach is that I don't care what product or service it is that you have to understand that you are solving a problem in the marketplace. If we look at physicians are solving a problem in the marketplace. Whether they are a heart specialist, whether they are an endocrinologist, they are providing a solution for someone who has a problem. So whether you are selling t-shirts, whether you're selling shoes, whatever your service or your product is, you have to always see it as, I am providing a solution for somebody's problem. People pay for solutions. Think about yourself. Whenever you are beginning to purchase things, whenever you are, beginning to sell things, think about those who are going to buy from you and look at yourself as a consumer. Right? A lot of the brands that you consistently purchase from, you have built a belief in them. Right? You have built a belief in them. Why? Because they have shown you that they have the ability to deliver the value in whatever it is that you are purchasing from them. It's the reason why some people go to Walmart and why some people go to Publix, why some people prefer other brands over another. Because they have developed a confidence and a belief in the brand that those particular brands will execute whatever it is that they say that they are going to deliver on. You have to understand and posture yourself, which is number 2, in the same way. Always remember that people buy you first. So you want to show up confident. You want to show up sure. You want to show up knowing that whatever solution that you provide will solve the problem that they have. When you look at infomercials, I'm not sure if you all have looked at infomercials, and even if you were or are or whatever on TikTok, because I'm not a TikTok fan, right? So even if you have been, the times that I have been on TikTok, you see more people selling other people's stuff. And the reason why majority of people have gone ahead and purchased from TikTok shops is because whomever is presenting the product or the service, they have the person who's thinking about buying, they have been convinced by the person who's selling that this particular product has worked. So people buy you first, okay? That's why you must believe in whatever it is that you are offering people and whatever it is that you are selling. Okay? All right, number 2, the reason why you must believe is it affects, because I have my notes here. I'm going to be short tonight, y'all. It affects your selling posture. I'm going to say that again. The reason that you must believe is that it affects your selling posture. Always remember that selling is never about convincing. And when I realized this, it totally shifted the way that I sell. Regardless of whether you realize it or not, you're selling yourself daily in some capacity, right? Selling is not about convincing people to buy. Your goal in selling your product or your service is merely sharing the solution that you have with the audience who has the problem that you solve. I'll say that again. Selling is this. It's sharing the solution that you have with the audience who has the problem that you solve. That is it. You are not convincing people to buy. You are not manipulating people. You're not talking people into anything. You are sharing an opportunity for them to get a transformation for whatever problem it is that they have or they are seeking to get solved. You're never to convince. Now, you do begin to address any objections that they have, because one of the things that I've understood, especially in my industry, is that I do a lot of educating, because I realize in the coaching industry a lot of people are not taught to invest in themselves. We are taught to buy, but majority of us have not been taught to invest in ourselves. Majority of people have been taught to purchase and buy, but never to put money into themselves. We're taught to put money on ourselves, for females on our hair, for males getting your hair cut. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? It's nothing wrong with buying makeup and clothes and all of these different things. However, it is essential that you get to the place where self-development and personal development is absolute, where investing and learning about your craft is something that you must do and is non-negotiable. It's not one of those things that is an option, it is a requirement. And majority of us are not taught that. Majority of us are not taught to invest in wisdom. Majority of us are not taught the importance. And here's the thing. We're taught to go to college, right? Majority of us. Now things are shifting. But those of us who have been around for a season, and even now, shoot, a lot of young people are being encouraged to go to college. I don't think there's anything wrong with going to college. But a lot of us are taught to go to college. A lot of us have not been taught to invest in ourselves in attending workshops and investing in programs and hiring or investing in mentorship. But even then, you're not convincing people to join your program. You're sharing with them the opportunity that you have. Okay? So number one, the reason that you must believe in yourself is that people must buy you before they buy whatever it is that you're selling. And if they see that you are not sure, right? If they see that you are not convinced that your product and your service is top notch, guess what? It's going to affect whether they decide to invest through you. Would you like to go to a physician or a hospital where they're not certain, or they have commercials stating of what they may or may not be able to do, where they're always sharing from a pessimistic position? No, you want to go to a prestige institution, right, that has a promise to serve their patients with excellence, to give them exceptional service, to be very, very driven to identify the root or the cause of whatever illness it is or symptoms that they have going on. So when you show up to the marketplace, you have to position yourself first and then your product from a place of confidence and surety. This is what belief is all about. Standing firm. When we're talking about your product or your service, you stand firm that whatever it is that you're selling or whatever it is that you have, whether fee or free, will produce XYZ result. See, as an example, on Thursday, I'm hosting the Mindset to Movement Masterclass. And this masterclass is for the women, who is sure that she is ready and she's tired of talking about her idea and she's ready to walk it out. She's ready to implement it with surety and confidence. This masterclass is geared towards the woman to provide her with the 5 areas that she must master in order to implement her idea. The 5 areas that I share will position you to execute with excellence and eliminate excuses. I'm sure of that. And here's the thing, I don't have to convince you. You see it. Now, if I was showing up from the standpoint, well, maybe I can do this, and you, no, you won't stick around. You would know for sure, okay, she just blowing hot air. She ain't convinced, right? She's not convinced that this masterclass will give me the results that I need. Even when you go on the page, it lists them all, right? You have to make sure that you position your product and service in the same way. So again, people buy you before they buy whatever it is that you're selling. Your belief, right, affects your posture in selling. If you are not sure, trust me, it's going to be delivered in your communication with those that you are speaking to, whether you realize it or not. Whether you realize it or not, it's going to be conveyed in your delivery. One of the reasons, and I'm going to share this as a secret with you all, one of the reasons that I've started standing up when I do my lives is because it gives it my level of excitement and energy surge is so much more greater. And I'm a very, if you all haven't noticed, I'm a very much communicator with my hands, right? I'm one of those that when I get excited about something, I start talking, I raise my voice. So one of the reasons why I like standing up whenever I do Transformational Mondays, because if you look back at some of the old videos, I'm sitting down. But I realized one night when I stood up, my level of surety, I was able to present from a totally different perspective. My posture was different. So the way that I communicated my message came with a lot more excitement than it was when I was sitting down. Now, can I be excited when I sit down? I'm even more excited though when I stand up. Because I can be very visual, I can be very animated, but not so much animated. This is just my personality. Right? Let me make sure I'm covering all things. Okay, so I didn't say this, but I want to make sure that I share this with you all. We live in a time, because I wrote this down, we live in a time where personal brands are the core and foundation of communicating and connecting with your audience. I'm going to say that again. We live in a day and time where personal brands, developing personal brands, are the core and the foundation of communicating with your audience. And here's the thing, this is how you know. If you observe, today, a lot of companies are connecting with influencers online to give them a greater reach with their customers. So I'm gonna give y'all an example. A couple of weeks ago, I ordered, yes, he is Lord, by the way. Christ is definitely Lord. I was on Facebook and an ad popped up. And it was this woman, she had on this really nice sweatsuit. And I was like, oh, she was like, you know, she was modeling it and all of these other different things. And she was saying how wonderful the material was and so forth, right? So I was convinced of how sure she was in her belief in this outfit. So guess what I did? I went online, I clicked the link, and I purchased the sweatsuit, right? Here's the thing. We live in a day and time where developing and cultivating and building a personal brand is essential for the success and the foundation of building a great relationship with the audience that you have been called to serve. A lot of the things that you buy, and majority of people buy these days, if they are online, are connected with someone who was selling it. One of my favorite brands is Sassy Jones, shopsassyjones.com. And the owner and founder and the CEO of the company is Sharice Jones. If you look at, and I always look at brands now from the perspective of learning. If you look at majority of her marketing materials, her videos. Although she is the owner and she's built a very successful business, she's very much the face of the company. So one of the things this tells me, and even when I watch her lives, her audience, her customers love to see her. So what do? They showcase the owner, the personal brand, the owner of the company in the jewelry, in her lives, whenever she goes live on Facebook and Instagram. And guess what it does? It draws her ideal customers and audience. People have gotten to a place where they have bought her. She sells confidence. That's like one of the main foundations of her brand. Whenever she sells her lipstick, she's selling confidence, a scarf, a purse. That's her message, right? So she shows up as a personal brand. People connect with her as a person through her stories, through her being a wife, through her being a mom. For women who really desire to be entrepreneurs, they're connecting with her personally. So they bought her. So whenever she shows up, people are quick to buy. Not just anybody, those who she's been called to serve and are attracted to her brand. So remember, people buy you before they buy whatever it is that you're selling. Personal brands are essential to the success of your company. No, we don't see the face of Walmart CEO, but guess what? Walmart and a lot of these big brands, guess what they're doing? They're partnering with influencers who look just like you and I, with the goal of connecting with their ideal customers. Personal brands are essential to the success of you profiting. Number 3, your belief is what will drive, position, and dictate your actions. This is my favorite one, and I'm going to close out on this. The Bible, as a believer, the Bible tells us that faith without works is dead. I shared this equation with you all or on Transformational Mondays, and I apologize for the glare. I'm going to figure out a solution for that. But I shared this equation that the Lord gave me even in the middle of this live. I've heard this scripture for years, that faith without works is dead. So the equation that God gave me is faith minus work equals death. So when you look at what is death? Death means no breath. Death means no life. There is no living. There is no breathing, meaning that there's no activity. So if you want to see life, if you want to see success in your business, if you want to see results in your business, you must have 2 things. You must have faith and you must have work. Faith is your belief. Faith is your firm trust that whatever idea that God has given you, not only will it work, it will soar. And I want to encourage you all with this. If anytime you ever doubt whether your idea is amazing, I want you to think about TikTok. Just as your idea was in your mind just an idea, do you realize that TikTok was an idea for somebody else? The only difference is that the founders of TikTok were convinced that their idea and their platform was going to be amazing and it was going to be a benefit, even although there were all of these different social media platforms. Now with the threat or it going away, people are hurt. People are hurt. I have seen so many posts about so long for TikTok. They sad, all of these emotions and feelings. And it got me to thinking. I said, you know what? If people really realize just how impactful their idea is likened to TikTok, people will execute a lot quicker. The only difference between the founder of TikTok and you is that they believed in it enough to see it through. Even what Mark Zuckerberg with Facebook, they believed in it so much that they refused to let it go until they saw the success of it. You got to believe in your product so much that you say, you know what? I'm going to eliminate every excuse and execute. No longer am I going to talk about what I want to do. I'm going to walk about what I want to do. This is what the Mindset to Movement Masterclass on Thursday is all about. I remember when I started my business, I was excited. But then the self-limiting beliefs begin to infiltrate my mindset more than it began to feed, more than I began to feed my faith. I had a business idea, but then I allowed fear, which is one of the number one reasons why people don't execute their idea. Fear of rejection, fear of success, fear of failure, fear of people's opinions. And they allow it to stop them. And you never get to see what it could have been. What if your idea has the ability and the capacity and is waiting to be as big as TikTok, to be as big as Facebook? Excuse me. Do you realize that Walmart started off with one man named Sam Walton? One idea has bloomed into a whole conglomerate. I mean, Walmart is, y'all, on a whole new level. I haven't looked it up, but I think they're one of the competitors for Amazon. You go on Walmart.com, you can access things that are not even in Walmart's warehouse and have it shipped to you in the same way that Amazon does. And Walmart, and here's the thing, because I just purchased two two jumpsuits for Walmart. And baby, they quick about making sure you get your stuff, just like Amazon is. But it started out with one idea. One man who said, you know what, I want to open up a grocery store. And no, he didn't start out as a superstore. He started out with one store. He believed, he had faith, and he did the work. And here's the thing, his faith is what drove his actions. His actions was just physical evidence of what he believed. That's what faith is. You got to believe so much in your idea that you allow that to dictate and drive your actions. One of the reasons why I go live on YouTube, even in times, because I'll be honest, can I tell y'all a secret? I don't always feel like going live. I don't always feel like scheduling posts. I don't always feel like doing shorts. And I do shorts just about every day. I do shorts every day. Every day. I do shorts, right? And I don't feel like doing them all the time. But guess what? I do them. Because I understand who I'm serving and what they need from me. So you have to allow your belief in the idea that God has given you to dictate and drive your actions. Don't sit on them. Understand that somebody needs the idea that you have. And the longer that you sit on it, it prevents them from getting the transformation that they so desperately need. So if you all haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe channel and click the link below and join me this upcoming Thursday for for the Mindset to Movement Masterclass if you're ready to take your idea and begin to implement it. You all have a phenomenal day, and remember to know your worth. Good night, y'all. Bye.